Good morning. So this is a quick 5-minute warning for you guys. Thank you to those who have heard this announcement 3 times already. But before we get started, once again, we do have a full house here today. So if you have any open seats in your room or in your row, I ask that you please kind of squeeze in and make some room for those that are still standing. If you are saving seats at this time, we ask that you please release those seats so that those that are standing and presently here, that they have a place to sit before we get started. So once again, we'll start in about 5 minutes. Last call for all inductees. I do need to ensure that you checked in at the check-in table in the lobby and that you wrote your name on this name card and that you left it with the check-in staff. So if it's sitting in your hands or you're holding onto it, please take it to the check-in staff immediately so we can ensure your name gets called during the ceremony. But once again, please allow any open seats to be filled by those guests around us. Release any safe seats that you might have so we can ensure those presently here with us have a seat before we get started. Thank you so much.
phenomenon.
You can grow in NSCS.
My expectations have been blown out of the water.
We've been able to build an organization that exceeds people's expectations, and I think that's what we always need to be striving to do.
NSCS is an experience. You become part of a family.
It's really exhilarating. You can see the spark in their eye and they're wanting to talk to you about their latest idea.
There are people that are your mentors, there are people that are your friends.
I can't even begin to tell you how much I gained from it.
Scholarships and resources and discounts.
I've gained leadership opportunities.
They offer community service events.
It also strengthens you as a person, and that's what's really going to count in the professional world.
Being a part of NSCS has pushed me and challenged me to be bold and to embrace the potential of what crazy ideas can become.
This is not your average honor society.
Good morning and welcome to the 2018 National Society of Collegiate Scholars new member induction ceremony at Grand Canyon University. My name is Amanda Wilson and I am chapter president here at GCU. It is truly amazing to be here today to celebrate with my fellow Lopes and to officially induct you all into GCU's chapter of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars. I would also like to recognize and welcome those joining us via live stream. We proudly welcome you, our members from around the country, and although you're not here physically today this morning, we welcome you and applaud your accomplishments. Next, we would like to recognize GCU's NSCS faculty advisor, Brianna Nagley. Brianna is the Assistant Dean of the Honors College here at GCU and has served as our chapter's advisor since its inauguration in 2014. Brianna has served as an incredibly valuable resource for us becoming leaders, connecting with us with numerous campus opportunities, and providing us with amazing advice and support throughout the years. In fact, this last May, she was selected for Region 5 NSCS Chapter Advisor of the Year Award. With how great she's helped this chapter become, it's only natural she be recognized for her hard work and efforts. We would like to thank Brianna for not only being able to make it here this morning, but for all she constantly does for us. Bree, will you please stand for a quick round of applause? At this time, I would like to welcome to the stage our Executive Vice President, Sean Thomason.
Hey again, everybody. On behalf of our officer board as well as our entire chapter, I would like to take this time to thank you, each and every one of you, for all of your effort and just making it here with us today. Before we kick things off, I'd like to take this time to introduce our officer board to the rest of our new and returning NSCS family. Amanda Wilson, as you just met, will serve as our chapter president for the upcoming year. I, Sean Thomason, am going to serve as your executive vice president. Taylor Glazier will work as your treasurer. Jennifer Falcon Cruz will be our secretary. Morgan Lentz will serve as our vice president of social media. Brianna Stevens will serve as our vice president of member engagement. And Aria Gilson will serve as our vice president of PACE and community outreach. We would also like to take this time to say a special welcome to Kevin Loader. He's a NSCS national representative, and he came down to just see all the work that we've done and really just add a little stamp to all the effort that you guys put in. Okay. This time, if you guys could all give a warm welcome to our incredible 2018-19 Officer Board one more time. I'd now like to pass the mic to our wonderful chapter advisor so she can give you a better sense of what it means to be part of GCU's NSCS chapter.
Thank you, and good morning once again. My name is Brianna Nagley, and I serve as the Assistant Dean for the Honors College here at Grand Canyon University, and I have the distinct pleasure of also serving as the chapter advisor for GCU's chapter of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars. This organization started for Grand Canyon University back in 2014, so it was very young in its infant stages, but we have become, in just a few short years, NSCS's largest chapter in the country. Let us get a big round of applause for that. During the 2017-18 academic year, we inducted nearly 1,600 new scholar members into this organization, and we are so proud of all of your accomplishments and what it took for you to be here with us today. Now, GCU has a few different honorary organizations, some are discipline specific, but this one is very unique in that it specializes in the undergraduate population, so our students working for their bachelor's degree, whether it's online or our ground traditional campus, all of those members are considered for eligibility. But one of the best things is that not anybody can join. I get emails, I get phone calls, I get questions every single week. Hey, I hear you have this NSCS organization. How do I get in? Where do I apply? Who do I interview with? What do I got to do to be a part of this organization? And the only way to be a part of NSCS here at GCU is to meet the induction requirements, which not everybody is eligible for. Our ground traditional campus here at GCU includes over 20,000 students, and we have an additional 70,000 students with our online population that spreads nationwide. And so with that, only 1,600 have accepted the invitation to join the chapter for this semester. Now, in order to be inducted, students have to maintain a 3.4 GCU GPA. So we no longer look at transfer credits or maybe what you accomplished in high school, but we are looking at a 3.4 college GPA. And what this means is you didn't just get lucky with a couple A's and B's here and there, you didn't just have a lucky start to your college career, but it means that you took your academic success seriously. It means that from day one, you put in the time, the energy, the blood, sweat, tears, lack of sleep. You put that all into your academic journey. You took scholarship very seriously, and for that, we recognize you for meeting our induction requirements and for being here today. If you are an inductee, can you please stand for me? We are beyond proud of your accomplishments, and we are so blessed to have you in our presence here today. Even those that are watching us from our live stream through YouTube, Facebook, Instagram Live, which I just learned is a thing today. We appreciate each of our members. Once again, we had 1,600 inductees accept this phenomenal, prestigious invitation over this last year, and we only do induction ceremonies once a year. So we're seeing all of that hard work culminate and come together for our members here today. Now, in addition to being the largest chapter in the country, we had another remarkable accomplishment that we received at the end of this last spring semester. Every year, NSCS chapters are searching for star statuses, which means we don't want to just exist, we want to thrive, right? NSCS has over 300 college chapters across the country, and we are young. We just started in fall of 2014. So not only are we the largest chapter in the country, we were one of 11 chapters to be awarded the Platinum Status Award for 2018, a remarkable accomplishment. So as our chapter advisor, I once again really want to stress, acknowledge, and appreciate the hard work that it took you to get here, because it certainly is not easy. Being an undergraduate college student, starting a college career, maintaining a family, a personal life, outside obligations, careers, it is a lot to put on anybody's plate. So to start that journey, and to not only start it, but to excel straight out of the gate is a remarkable feat. Now with NSCS, another favorite part of this organization is that you're not just inducted and then we never see you again, we have the privilege of seeing you and working with you throughout the rest of your undergraduate career. So you have scholarship opportunities, you have conferences to attend, you have discounts, membership discounts that exist. So you don't get to just take advantage of that for 1 or 2 semesters at the tail end of your college career, but you now get to live those benefits over the next several semesters as you pursue the rest of your career. Once a member of NSCS, you are a member for life. So this induction is something to take very seriously because you are now a part of a community that spreads across the globe. So once again, congratulations. I could not be more proud of you, and we are so excited to be able to celebrate with you here today. Now, it is my distinct privilege at this point to introduce our keynote speaker. Our keynote speaker has an incredible story. If you can believe it or not, she has a lot more energy than I do, so just be prepared for a lot of excitement. But she has an incredible story. Her path is tremendous, and we have her here to inspire all of you here today. So please give a warm round of applause to our keynote speaker, Sasha Simmons.
Can you guys hear me in the back? NSCS, make some noise! I feel like we can do it just a little tiny bit better. NSCS, make some noise! All right, I am excited to be here with you this morning. I want to take a moment to congratulate all of you on this high accomplishment. This is a very exciting time in your life. Not everyone was selected to receive this honor, so congratulations to you. And I'm here today to share my story with you. And by the end of today, if you don't know anything else, I want you to understand one thing, and I want you to take that with you through the rest of your life. And that is that every single one of us have the ability, we have the authority, and the resources to create the life we want for ourselves. Let me see your hand if you believe that. You have the ability, yes, I love the hands. You have the authority and the resources, whether you recognize it right now or not, to create the life you want. How do I know this? Well, I'm going to tell you on a story, my journey. So my brothers and I were raised in the projects in Jacksonville, Florida by our mother after my father was incarcerated for murder when I was 5 months old. So I didn't know him at all in my life. And my mother's solace, she was 27 years old at the time. She woke up one morning to a phone call. Your husband murdered someone last night, and he's in jail. And that's it. We were on our way to move to New York. Car packed, U-Haul packed, about to leave. Life changed, literally, overnight by one poor decision. She's looking at her kids, her babies. What do I do now? I have no idea where to go, what to do. So my mother turned to a very strict religion that became her solace. Holiness Apostolic was the religion that we were raised in. And in this religion, I had to be covered from head to toe. We couldn't watch television. It was very oppressive to women. Your job was to have children and to cook, and that was really it. You couldn't watch television. You couldn't play sports. You couldn't listen to any type of music. You could only read what was approved by the church. You could only wear certain colors. You couldn't wear open-toe shoes like I have on today. So many rules, and this was my reality. And because this was my reality, my world, my experience was incredibly limited, and I was different from all the kids at school. But my escape was through books. I would read book after book after book, so much so that the librarians began to know me by name. And when I didn't have books to read, I would pull out the encyclopedias and I would flip through the pages of the encyclopedia. And I would imagine myself exploring the world. I learned about the Taj Mahal. I learned about the Great Wall of China. And sitting there at my mother's dining room table at 10 years old, I would close my eyes and I would imagine myself standing there on the grounds of the Taj Mahal. I would close my eyes and I would imagine myself climbing the Great Wall of China. I was there in my head. But then I would open my eyes. Gunshots outside, drugs, infestation, disappointment, degradation, alcohol abuse. All of that was my reality. All of that was around me. But how many of you guys remembered that I said that you have the resources, you have the authority, and you have the ability to create your life no matter what? Fortunately for me, I learned that at a very young age. And one day I was sitting there having a good old-fashioned pity party for myself. It was December 25th, 2004. How many of you guys know what December 25th is? What day is that? It's Christmas Day for most people, but not for us. Because we didn't celebrate Christmas. We weren't allowed to. It was completely forbidden. And I hated Christmas Day. Every single year after year after year, I hated Christmas Day. The smells of Christmas, the sounds of Christmas. We're coming up on it right now, right? Right after Halloween, it starts to change and everybody starts getting excited about Christmas. And it was my least favorable time of the year. Why was I born into this family? Why is this my circumstance? Why don't we celebrate Christmas? Why did Santa Claus forget about us? And I was sitting there on the side of my bed having a good old-fashioned pity party. Do you guys have good old-fashioned pity parties for yourself sometime? Just feeling sorry for yourself. Tears running down my eyes. I could hear my friends outside of the window laughing. There was happiness. There was joy. But not in my life. It was cold in my room. The lights were off. It was dark. And in that moment, and you all will have this moment in life, a moment where you have to make a decision to take control of your life, a pivot moment. I stood up, wiped the tears from my eyes, stumped my right foot, and I said one word. I said no. That was it. I said no. But when I said that word, I said it with fervence. I said it with belief. I said it with determination that no one was going to determine my life from that day forward, that I would just not give in to my circumstance. I wouldn't just be a victim. I said no. And I went downstairs and I typed in the computer. Yes, we could have a computer. Folks always ask me that question. You couldn't have a television. How did you guys have a computer? I don't know. They allowed us to have a computer. And I typed on the computer, it was Yahoo at the time, how to go to college. And as the computer connected, remember that connection sound? We don't have that anymore. But that was how it connected. I typed in how to go to college. And all of this information about scholarships popped up, and getting scholarships to go to college, and different colleges you can go to. And I started doing research for scholarships and applying for scholarships. Essay after essay after essay, I wrote so many essays because I was going to take control of my reality, and I wasn't going to allow anyone else to determine my life. I was in control, and you could not tell me anything differently. I wasn't worried about senior skip day. I wasn't worried about homecoming king or homecoming queen. I wasn't worried about prom. I wasn't worried about anything because I had a goal, and my goal was to get to college. My goal was to get funding to get to college to change my life, and I knew that I could. For 6 months, that's all that I did. I woke up, I typed essays before school. I went to school, I typed essays on my break. I typed essays in my last class where I was just kind of a teacher assistant. All day, I went home, I typed more essays for 6 months. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to tell you that I secured 17 scholarships for college. 17. Thank you. I always share that story, not to brag or to make myself seem like, never that. That's not what it's about. I want you to understand what happens when you focus on a goal. I spent 6 months focused on one thing, and I secured funding for the next 8 years. Undergrad, completely paid for. Graduate school, completely paid for. I decided not to get a PhD, but if I would have, that would have been paid for too. I thought about it, then I said, I think I'm done. But that's what happens when you focus. That's what happens when you put in the determination, when you don't see yourself as a victim. When I say, I don't care that my dad went to jail when I was 5 months old and we had to grow up in these less than favorable circumstances. I don't care. I don't care that my neighbor murdered her husband in the middle of the night and I had to step over the blood-stained concrete to go to school. I don't care, because none of that defines Sasha. It doesn't define who I am, and it will not determine my destiny. You have that power. Each and every single one of you have that power. So there I was, arrived at college. I'm grown now, mama. I'm grown. I'm on the campus of University of North Florida. And as I was there, I learned about study abroad programs. Had never heard of those. And so I went into a study abroad fair, walking around, and I'm thinking, I want to travel abroad, but I don't want to just go to one country. And as I'm browsing around the study abroad fair, I come to a table that says semester at sea. OMG. I look at it and you can just see the ship sailing across the ocean, and I'm completely captivated. What is this program? What is this amazing program? So I asked the representative, and she says, oh, well, it's a program for college students where we take 700 college students and they travel the world for a semester. I was ready to go. And guess what? There's great news. They have that same program on this university. All right, so if you think it's not a reality, I see a guy back there getting excited. It can be your reality. It can absolutely be your reality. So I said, well, what do I need to do? How do I get ready to go? And she said, well, you have to submit essays. Well, listen, I've typed so many essays. I have essays for you if that's what you need. You have to submit an essay. You have to, have a certain GPA. You have to qualify. So I submitted all my paperwork and everything, got a letter back about 2.5 months later that I had been accepted into Semester at Sea. I'm excited. Yes, I'm about to travel the world. I cannot wait. So I go to my university, and I tell them, listen, I've been accepted into this amazing program called Semester at Sea. Great news. So all I need you guys to do is sign right here on the dotted line saying that I have permission from the university to go, and it will be no problem. Well, he looks at me and he says, oh, this is great, but our university doesn't allow this. So I'm so sorry, to tell you that, but you won't be able to do the program. Oh, heartbroken. I had worked so hard. I was so excited. I told my mom, I told my friends I'm about to do this. And now this guy is telling me that my university won't sign off on the dotted line. I go back to my dorm room. I'm depressed. Well, I'm sad. And I sit there, and I remember that girl sitting on the bed at 17 years old who was having the pity party for herself. And I said, yeah, I'm going to go back tomorrow. I'm just going to go back again tomorrow. So I go back the next day. I got the exact same advisor again. I thought I would get somebody different, someone to tell me yes. But he told me, Sasha, I just saw you yesterday. I've already told you. It's not even me. It's the way that our system is set up. It's the university. I want you guys to understand that when you are determined and when you are committed to a goal, there is not a system in this world that can stop you. Round of applause if you believe that. There's not a system in this world that can stop you from your dreams if you believe in it. But I didn't know that at the time. So disappointed again, I went back to my dorm room. Oh, man, he says I can't go. The next day come. What do you guys think I did? What do you guys think I did? Yes, I did. I went back the next day. Same guy again, faithful employee. And he's like, oh, Sasha, I already know what it is. And I said, no, this time is different. I'm just not leaving. I'm not going to leave until someone gives me the answer that I want, because I know that this is possible. So then he says, you know what, young lady, sit right here. I'll be back. And when he leaves, I start getting scared, like, oh my gosh, they're about to kick me off campus. They're about to come and pull me out. I'm being insubordinate. Oh my goodness, I'm so afraid I'm going to get kicked out of the university. None of that happened. He went, he came, and he went and talked to someone, came back and got me. He said, come with me. So I went with him, and he took me to the president of the university. I had never seen the president of the university ever in my life. Knew he existed in the high tower, but I never had seen him. Next thing I know, I was in his office, and he says, young lady, tell me what's going on. And I said, listen, this has been my lifelong dream since I was a little girl to travel the world, and now I have an opportunity. I have the funding. I was accepted into the program. Like, this was my dream. I have to go. And he leaned back in his chair and stretched his arms out, and he said, well, if it's been your lifelong dream, then who am I to stop you? Who am I to stop you? Yes, yes, round of applause for that. He signed his autograph on the line, and there I was on my way to Semester at Sea. Would you all like to know the places that I went? This is my absolute favorite part. All right. We left from the Bahamas, Brazil, South Africa, India, Malaysia, Vietnam, China, Japan, Hawaii, Costa Rica, Panama, through the Panama Canal, and ladies and gentlemen, back in Miami, I had seen the entire world. This girl, the girl from the projects, the girl who was told she wasn't smart enough, the girl who was told her place was in the kitchen and to have kids. Not to say that there's anything wrong with that at all. I could cook a good meal. I'm from the South. I know how to cook, all right? But this girl, I was told no so many times. I have a saying in life to never stop at no, no matter what. I saw the world, and as I stood there staring at the Taj Mahal, and yes, it is beautiful, I remembered being that little girl at my mother's dining room table, imagining this. As I climbed the Great Wall of China step by step, I stepped over doubt, I stepped over fear, I stepped over insecurity, I stepped over all the haters, I stepped over everything that ever tried to stop me. I realized I was creating my life. And I want to leave that message with each and every single one of you. I don't care what you were born without. It doesn't matter. You have the authority to determine your life. And as we wrap up today, I'm going to share this really quick story with you, and I hope that you take it with you. Before moving out here to Phoenix, Arizona, worked at an engineering firm in Jacksonville, Florida. And this particular Monday morning, I was speaking to my manager. We'll call him Jake, okay? And he was standing there in the kitchen speaking to me, drinking his coffee, black as he like it. Now, Jake has wired glasses, stand about 5'7", 5'8", pot belly like most of our granddad, older gentleman, 65 years old. And he had just gone to the Florida State game. Does anyone know about that rivalry? Florida versus Florida State, and you know what it is. He is a diehard Florida fan, okay? His wife, on the other hand, is a diehard Florida State fan. Talk about a house divided. Well, this particular weekend, Florida had beat Florida State, and he was standing there in the break room telling us about it and just really giving us the rundown of the game and the touchdown. And I don't know much about football except for touchdown. That's all I know. But he was speaking so passionately about it. I felt like I was in the stadium with him. I was completely captivated in his story. And when he finished speaking, I said, oh my gosh, you know what you should have been in life? You should have been a sports announcer. You're amazing, you're talented, you're completely captivating. And I'm going on just about how he should have been a sports announcer. And I look at him, and his face is white like he saw a ghost. And so I said, did I say something wrong? Is it something I said? And he looks at me with a very somber look, and he says, don't say that to me. Say what? And he says, don't say that to me. That was my lifelong dream, and I let it go. That was my lifelong dream, and I let it go. And I said, well, why? Why didn't you chase it? Why didn't you go after it? You clearly have the talent. He said, I just let life happen to me. So many of us are just letting life happen to us. We're not in charge. We're just like those things you see by the car dealership just floating in the wind, back and forth, just responding to whatever is happening, back and forth. I just let life happen to me. And he looked at me, and by this time he had tears in his eyes, holding his coffee mug in his hand, and he pointed at me with his other finger, and he said, kid, if you have a dream, if you have a goal, if you have a passion, if you have a talent, if you have something that you believe in your life, you chase it with every part of your being, and you never stop until you've achieved that goal. And I looked at him and I said, yes, sir, I will. And he walked out of the office. And I want to encourage you today that doesn't have to be your story. You don't have to be the inflatable like this right here for the rest of you don't have to be that. You can create your life starting today, starting right now. If it makes you scared, do it. Put yourselves in situations where you're out of your comfort zone. Go away, try something different. That is how you start to create your life. If you don't get anything from today's message, please understand, no matter what circumstance that you were born into, no matter who's coming with you, who's not, what resources you think you have or don't have, you can create your life. Thank you.
Thank you for your insightful words, Ms. Simmons. One more round of applause for our wonderful keynote speaker. As new members, you're joining an organization that has a long history in supporting high-achieving students early in college. The idea of Not Your Average Honor Society dates back to its founding in 1994 when Steve Laughlin, founder of the NSCS, proposed to create an organization that not only recognizes the accomplishments of high achieving early in college, but engages them into leadership, service, and scholarship opportunities, creating a more rewarding college experience. From humble beginnings with a single chapter at George Washington University, it didn't take long for the idea to catch on like wildfire. Over 22 years, NSCS has grown into one of the nation's largest honor societies. Not even Steve could have predicted that NSCS would transform into an organization with over 330 chapters and a network of over 1 million members. At this time, we would like to begin the formal induction of our newest members. Please join me in welcoming Brianna Nagley and Sean Thomason back to the stage.
All right. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, right? So as much as NSCS has grown over the years, there are some things that will always stay the same. At the beginning, with the inauguration of NSCS back in 1994, NSCS has held a new member induction ceremony so that members can formally receive their membership pin and recite the oath of membership as you're about to do. So because we only offer the induction ceremony once a year, we do have some of our current board members who have not yet been able to cross the stage to receive their pin, so we will be calling them first. But for all members, please note, stay seated until your name is called. As your name is called, you will enter my left, your right. You will receive your membership pin, as Sean is so graciously demonstrating. You will exit my right, your left, and receive a carnation from our board member and return to your seat. Names are called in no particular order, so please remain seated until your name is called. We will move rather quickly so all inductees can have this opportunity to cross the stage. Once again, we had over 1,600 new inductees join us over this last academic year. So for those watching online, we are hugely proud of your accomplishments. We absolutely acknowledge and recognize you and your efforts. However, we will only be calling the names of those present with us today. So first, let me please welcome up those board members to receive their membership pin. Amanda Wilson. Taylor Glazier, Aria Gilson, Morgan Lentz, Brianna Stevens, and Jennifer Falcon Cruz. I would like to now invite our national representative, Kevin Loader, to the stage to help greet all of our newest inductees. And for board members, please take your positions as we induct the rest of this incoming class. Once again, please remain seated until your name is called. Once your name is called, you will enter stage left, your right, receive your pen, exit to the right, and return to your seat.
Kayleen Matthews.
Alexandra Ramirez.
Jonathan Perio.
Patricia Adams.
Lindsay Vela.
Darius Dorsey.
Alec Shingler.
Natalia Pacheco.
Anai Lopez.
Jennifer DeMarta.
Gabriella Cooper Navarre.
Elisa Barraza.
Heather Bartlett.
Trisha Palacios.
Bria Counterman.
Taylor Roseby.
Sebastian Fajardo.
Jana Unger.
Samantha Whitaker.
Kelly Holmes.
Ashley Griffiths.
Andrea Rivas Pedrosa.
Catherine Wainera.
Karina Morales.
Monica Garcia.
Caitlin Kirby.
Skylar Buckhart.
Cassidy Hamburg.
Shelby Stevens.
Carolyn Hugel.
Zachary Thompson.
Kylie Coda Enriquez.
Brandon Hill Conrad.
Lydia Kelly.
John Stacy.
Dawn Marie Ackerson.
Abigail Moe.
Alexandria Wickman.
Skylar Bradford.
Hunter Lyon.
Catherine Smith.
Victoria Anderson.
Brandy Garner.
Christina Kaiser.
Michaela Iwudi.
Wendy Zhang.
Isabel Clausen.
Jada Duncan.
Francis Rios Velasquez.
Emelina Paredes.
Patricia Rail.
Nicole Amador.
Cassidy Latrick.
Daniel Lopez.
Braxton Andrew.
Trisha Johnson.
Mariah Brewer.
Angelisa Ryder.
Nicole Vavrick.
Sadie Bramlett.
Humberto Lopez.
Camille Collins.
Michelle Lammers.
Devin Fox.
Kaylee Chambers.
Katarina Zamora.
Emily Collins.
Rachel Perez.
Megan Reyes.
Stephanie Miramonte.
Rebecca Ramirez.
Jathan Williams.
Jasmine Zagasti,
Karina Canvez,
Jackson Adams,
Elsie Barajas,
Ashley Kirkpatrick,
Jennifer Ann Wilson,
Sasha Silata,
Julianne Despain,
Emerson Wilcox,
Kathy Brown,
Gloria Ramirez,
Donna Pratt,
Rachel Ketchum,
Curtis Moye,
Kayla Toner,
Lacey Piper,
Angel Rodriguez,
Caitlin Wagren,
Alex Mees,
Monique Liverson,
Hannah R.,
Jaron Tubbs,
Ariana Cattell,
Dawn Fenich,
Melissa Celaya,
Beatrice Ramos,
Trayton Martin,
Isela Santiago,
Giselle Velasco,
Aaron Pepperman,
Silo Barrios,
Joanna Aguirre,
Gabrielle Kane,
Jessica Stevens,
Desiree Priest,
Brianna Krokal,
Verania Bedford,
Sadie's Varareth,
Tatiana Caceres,
Jeremy Fernandez,
Kara Dasher,
Lynette Quintana,
Gabriela Mapez,
Lanita Richter,
Ileana Huerta,
Marissa Bauer,
Amanda Cesar,
Megan Oster,
Karen Duarte,
Rebecca Webb,
Isabel Holmes,
Gregory Hibble,
Andrea Battle,
Victoria Sanchez,
Ariana Lepisto,
Peyton Oxner,
Aaron Klein.
Mary Pratt.
Celie Alvarez.
Cynthia Hernandez.
Joel Gio.
Veronica Perez Castillo.
Rakia M.
Jamie Renta.
Danielle Kazi-Botowski.
Sarah Meinhold.
Isabel Holmes.
Joshua Bunch.
Michael Ann Davis.
Kira Murphy.
Kelsey Nellis.
Lawanda Price.
Adriana Revilla.
Alan Beckman.
Nicole Morrissey.
Janice Ayala.
Kaylee Neeson.
Rebecca Nelson.
Catherine Colleen.
Nicole Kars.
Rachel Jaboy.
Lauren Pritchard.
Anissa James.
Kaylee Gleason.
Benjamin Soltis.
Afton Murphy.
Courtney Rose Hofstad.
Stephanie Garcia.
Latanya Edwards.
Emily Parson.
Alexis Maddie.
Tuesday Chavez.
Ryan Griffiths.
Priscilla McDougald.
Gina Cordova.
David Garcia.
Jessica Villacorta Melez.
Alfreda Saylor.
Chiwoke Okonkwo.
Foster Olson.
Kimberly Melanowski.
Sheila Ortiz.
Sarah Ellis.
Ruben Prado.
Antonio Rodriguez.
Jasmine Johnson.
Hanivia Fernandez.
Nikayla Tardy.
Trayton Howell.
Jewel West.
Logan Springer.
Isaac Bills.
Carlos Arias.
Leanna Kayeb.
Catherine Kayleen.
Rebecca Seeger.
Eunice Ishimu.
Amanda Parrish.
Rebecca Balia.
Lauren Omdahl.
Michael Gutierrez.
Eric Green.
Jordan Miller.
Daniel Martinez.
Kathleen Fisher.
Peyton Sherwood.
Ruel Mudela.
Monica Fushiki.
Yesenia Barreo.
Sierra Starr.
Farida Torre.
Chase Starr. If any inductee is still seated and has not had their name called, please approach the stage now. Let's see what his name is. Did we call your name? What's your name? Jonathan. Jonathan Persh.
Carlos Arios.
Dario Montanez. Once again, let's have one large round of applause for all of our inductees with us today. If all inductees could please stand with your carnation in hand. This is a tradition unique to the GCU chapter. We know that this hard work, the success, the countless hours is absolutely your hard work, your time, your effort and energy to be successful and to be where you are here today. But we also know that there is a huge support system that has helped get you here as well. So at this time, we ask that you please present this carnation to your family, friends, relatives who are here supporting you today, and show your love to them for walking alongside with you in this journey. Board members, you may now return to your seats. You'll stay up here. Once again, on behalf of our University Provost, Dr. Hank Retta, on behalf of all administration at Grand Canyon University, and as your chapter sponsor, congratulations. We will now move to the pinning ceremony and to the oath of membership.
The NSCS pin represents all of your hard work, effort, and commitment to furthering your education. The symbol you see in this pin, or the pin that you've received, is a torch emerging from an open book and 3 stars surrounded by a laurel. This torch symbolizes guidance and leadership. The open book represents learning and scholarship, and the laurel is a sign of honor and distinction. The 3 stars represent the pillars upon which the society is built: scholarship, leadership, and service. These pillars serve as symbols of the Society's founding principle that with scholarship comes a responsibility to provide leadership and service to the community.
For all the new members, you may now remove your pin from the cardstock. Please stand and hold your pin in your right hand. Now repeat after me as we recite the oath of membership. I do solemnly pledge to do my best to continue my scholastic excellence and to be a leader committed to serving others. Furthermore, I affirm my pledge to promote and preserve the three pillars of the Society: scholarship, leadership, and service. Congratulations, you are all now officially members of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars. We hope you all will continue to achieve great things at your time at GCU and your years beyond. Let's give our new members a round of applause. You may now be seated.
As newly inducted members of NSCS, you have many opportunities to make the most of your membership. From more than $1 million in scholarships to career opportunities and discounts that every student can use, your NSCS membership never stops working to benefit you. In fact, just by attending the ceremony, you are eligible to apply for a $1,000 NSCS Induction Recognition Award. While the scholarships and discounts are a tremendous benefit of being a member of NSCS, the people you will meet and connect with through your NSCS experience are truly invaluable. Many members of this chapter can attest to the amazing opportunities that they've had to work with the members of this chapter, fellow members of the faculty, and leaders in the community. These are the connections that have allowed our members and our chapter to expand our impact, both personally and as a community. Now, let's take a quick moment to thank everyone that came today, and congratulations again to all these new members.
Our NSCS chapter works closely with the national office to host events, service activities, and networking opportunities all throughout the year. Next week, we will be hosting our third general member meeting, focusing on applying your passions to your work, and would like to invite each of our new members to attend. Additionally, we will be volunteering on November 17th for Turkey Day, an event that is designed to provide food for those in the community who may go without on Thanksgiving. We'd love to have as many volunteers as possible so that we may share our joy and love with those in need. For more details or reminders for our upcoming events, you can find us on Facebook as the National Society of Collegiate Scholars at Grand Canyon University, and on Instagram as GCU NSCS. Be sure to check your emails and follow our pages to keep up with everything NSCS, as well as special announcements.
As our ceremony comes to a conclusion, we are very excited to share an important announcement. The National Society of Collegiate Scholars has adopted a national philanthropy. We are thrilled to announce our initiative with Active Minds, the leading nonprofit organization that empowers students to speak openly about mental health. For more information about this wonderful partnership, keep an eye out for messages from your officers in the NSCS National Office this fall and throughout the 2018-19 school year. To close out today's ceremony, I'd like to bring our chapter advisor, Bree Nagley, back to the stage.
All right, this has been such an incredible event. I want to reintroduce for you our national representative who has flown all the way in just for this occasion, Kevin Loader.
Thank you, Brianna, and thank you, the GCU community. I'm from Oregon and been living in DC with NSCS the past 2 years. This is my first time in Arizona, in Phoenix, and I feel like I just met half of Phoenix here today. So quite the introduction. I joined NSCS as an undergrad back at University of Oregon in 2013. Graduated 2016 and have gone on entering my third year working with NSCS now. So I've lost track over the years of how many induction ceremonies I've gotten to attend, but now today marks a new point that I've attended the largest induction ceremony in the nation. So congratulations. The titles here that your chapter at GCU has earned in such a short amount of time, right? NSCS has existed since 1994. And just in these short couple years, you've already achieved so much as a chapter. It's very important to highlight again the Platinum Star status. So you've outdone chapters in Chicago, New York City, Los Angeles, Texas, and more. So we're very excited to see what continues to be done here at your chapter at GCU. When we're writing and updating our chapter handbook for officers, we're looking at your chapter for what can be written into the handbook. What successes here can be duplicated and shared with other chapters. I get to visit your neighboring chapters at ASU, Northern Arizona, and University of Arizona in Tucson, so I've got some driving ahead of me, but I hope to be back on your campus this spring to further connect with your chapter officers this year, and today, our new members. I'm looking out at the audience of our new members. There are future chapter officers here with us today, whether you know it or not. We're looking for the leaders that are going to be with the chapter next year and so on. Today is an opportunity for you and I to connect. I brought about 100 business cards. I think that's enough. But please, if in the reception, let's take an opportunity to meet. I also want to highlight, wow, one more round of applause for our keynote address from Sasha Simmons. Woo! Really, really connected with what you said about not taking a victim mindset, taking a creator mindset, and looking at life and opportunities like NSCS not as a have to, but as a get to. That's what worked well for me with NSCS. This is something that, friends said or family said, what is that? Or what are you doing? Or aren't you available this time? I made NSCS a priority. First priority being a student, being a part of my family. But NSCS, when I shared what I do with that, it wasn't just that I'm a member. I not only attended events, but started to lead events. So as you start to get out and explore the world, if you haven't been to DC already, remember that our national office, your national office for NSCS, is there. If you ever make it to NSCS, we'd love to see you stop by. Also, another thing I can connect with you about is that opportunity for going abroad. Sasha's story about semester at sea, NSCS actually has scholarships for semester at sea. Several of them, 5,000 each. So the scholarships with NSCS, some of them are, to members only, some of them are connected to programs like going abroad. I wasn't the first in my family to go to college, but I definitely was the first to go abroad. You've heard about study abroad. There's also internships abroad that I have information with me today about how NSCS was the first time I applied for a scholarship and was awarded a scholarship. That gave me the confidence and the curiosity to go out and look for other scholarships. So those combined, I was able to do an unpaid internship abroad in Brazil. Didn't imagine that when I entered college, coming from Salem, Oregon, but it's a possibility. The excuse that it's too expensive is not an excuse anymore. With that, I want to say again, congratulations both on being here at GCU, for our guests, for supporting your students' success, and welcome to the society.
All right, so just a few closing notes. I know for some of us this might be just a little distance away, but NSCS.org has their own NSCS store, and within there you can get your graduation regalia. And I would strongly encourage you not to wait until the last minute to do this. It's perfectly okay to order those cords now as motivation to get you to persist through the rest of your undergraduate program. So if you're looking for cords or any way to represent the NSCS organization at your ceremony in addition to your pin, please go to NSCS.org, review your membership portal, and also purchase those cords as soon as possible. For the rest of today, we have a reception. We have plenty of refreshments there in the back. We have a couple different photo stations, so please stick around to take those pictures. You're more than welcome to approach the stage if you would like to take some pictures on stage here as well. We do also have some amazing eateries here on campus, so if this is your first time to GCU or your first time to the Phoenix campus in a while, Lopes Way is where we have our Chick-fil-A, Subway, Panda Express, etc., and we also have the Habit and Slices in the Student Union. So I strongly encourage you to feel free to roam about campus if you don't stick around for the reception here today. But once again, thank you so much for coming. For everyone watching online, thank you so much for dedicating that time to us this morning. Congratulations to all of our newest members, and welcome to NSCS.